Hello everybody, welcome back to Cure for the Common Game. Today we're going to be talking about Melira, the girl who just can't get sick. You can't get poison counters. I know it would defeat the flavor if she was black and green, but if she was black and green it would make for probably the sickest, which is probably why she's not. But anyway, the most important part here is creatures you control can't have -1/-1 counters on them. So, by the way, I need a Cauldron of Souls, something fierce for this deck. So the way Persist is obviously the best mechanic for her, because you can, when a Persist creature dies, if it doesn't have a -1/-1 counter, Melira says it can't, it comes back and you get one of those counters, and it can't be placed, so it will perpetually always come back. Now, that's cool and all. Let's see. I'm trying to exhaust the Wither thing. This is the only creature I have with Wither in the deck because, I just don't have them. So, cool thing with Wither, Blasting Station. Now, you can attack, you can sacrifice the Oath, deal 1 damage. The Oath will come back thanks to Melira, and that untaps the Blasting Station. So here you have just a machine gun. Now, if you don't draw the Blasting Station, because you can go for the milling route. Same thing. You sack it, they mill, it comes back, you just rinse and repeat. Or if you just need mana, you can sacrifice it to the altar. So the proper way to build this would have been to include a ton of search like Green Sun, Zenith, and Worldly Tutor to go get the Wither creature, but I didn't because I don't have them, work with what I got. Anyway, let's see here. Witherscale Worm's a 5-mana 9/9, but it's got a drawback that does not apply. So it is a 5-mana 9/9, which, ain't bad. The Phyrexian Hydra is another 5-mana 7/7 with Infect. Now, it's easy with Melira to go the Infect route and the Proliferate and all that junk. I did not. I've done that, and I think I'm probably going to end up doing it again, but so she didn't have to be built that way, so, But this guy can't take damage. As long as Melira's out there, it just can't take damage, and it's always going to be a 7/7. Wow. Let's see here. From Amonkhet, you have a 3-mana 4/5. That's it. It's a 3-mana 4/5. And it perfectly curves the turn after Melira, so, it's all good. Now, the Lycanthrope is a 5-mana 5/5. It's alright, I guess. But here again, it can't take damage because it uses the word instead. Replacement effect. Now, if you're doing your sacking shenanigans with your artifact engines, you can draw you some cards here. Now, the Lifeline will more or less, it kind of, now granted, it comes back at end of turn, so not so much amazing. Well, let's finish out the creatures here. We have 2 copies of the same creature in Indrik Stallpowler, because I needed dudes. I really needed dudes. And then Conclave Naturalist. They are the exact same card. One's a Dryad, one's a Beast. Outside of that, copy, cut, and paste. Thunderfoot Baloth, as long as you got your general, your dudes are cool. The Trample's a pretty important word. Now, Tornado Elemental. I've got some flying hate in here, and it starts with Tornado Elemental. It's we only have one flyer, you know, and it's just the Killer Bees is just too good not to play in a mono green deck, especially where you're probably going to generate a ton of mana. The Comedian Colossus, everybody's favorite mutant ninja turtle. Lumberknot, again, it's kind of goes with the sack engine thing. Whenever a creature dies, so it ain't got to be yours, whatever. But you know, if you're the Lumberknot thing, I mean, you can swing with it, and then in response to blocks, you can do your sacking shenanigans because that shit happens, you know, and just, you know, straight up shoot somebody. Acidic Slime, good all around card. Now, let's go to some ramp. As expected, I'm going to have a, you know, the turn 1 Forest Soul Ring Emerald Medallion is the best play in the world. Or Soul Ring Medallion of whatever color you're playing. It's just beautiful. You know, maybe second best would be the Moss Diamond off the Soul Ring. The rest of the 3 mana dudes, the elves, they work for, you know, just being dudes and ramp. The being dudes part is really cool with the overrun pair. Now, let's see the rest of it. We have Ranger's Path and Eve Edge, Nature's Lore, Pilgrimage, Rampant Growth. Really kind of like Harvest Season. I tried to play around with Harvest Season in Standard. I don't know. I don't think I gave it enough time, but Harvest Season's amazing. Hour of Promise can go get your Rogue's Passage. Yeah, because y'all know I got it in here. Let's see what we got here enchantment-wise. Now, the Fecundity, I've heard this pronounced a dozen ways too. It works for everybody, but it is only 3 mana, so it is possible to get the Melira and the Fecundity early and just, you know, because all the cards you really need for that combo are pretty cheap. You know, I mean, you could live the dream and get them all in the opening hand. I don't know. Double meat, double cheese. Blanchwood Armor is just because, you know, nobody sees a general win coming out of Melira, but, you know, it could happen. Zendikar Resurgent. Now, this one says cast, so you can't really abuse it with your persist shenanigans. And Carpet of Flowers. I like that it gives you the mana during the main phase, you know, because a lot of these cards will give it to you in your upkeep and you're just kind of screwed. But I love the main phase. And somebody's playing blue. It is probably, I'm going to reach out there and say the most popular color in Commander. It may be the most popular color in Magic. I mean, Giant Growth, Healing Salve, Lightning Bolt, Dark Ritual certainly isn't worth $1,000. Here again, more flying hate. You got the Swiftfoot boots just so to protect our girl there. Now, Desert Twister, of course, a good catch-all removal spell. Creeping Mold. Primal Command can go and search out your dude, you know, hey, and do something else, but that's primarily what it's going to be used for. Elven Cash, because I'm out of Regrowth. Regrowth and Demonic Tutor both had cards printed with the exact same text, but exact double mana cost, and people still play them. Now, I try to stay positive, and I try not to say bad things, but there's I need to swap this out for a different version. How the Night Pack. Once again, we are playing mono green, Praetor's Council, because resolving a Praetor's Council is living the dream, okay? I mean, in late game, you draw it off the top of your deck. It's pretty much draw a bunch of cards. Draw your library, and, you know, it's all rainbows and sunshine for the rest of the game. Hunt the Weak, removal. Now, Uncage the Menagerie. You can also, I mean, you can get your oath, whatever. You can, if you just need bodies, you can go get, X equals 1 to get your mana dorks, or Lead the Stampede's going to help you dig a little bit. Beast from Within. Pretty awesome removal. Destroy target permanent. Love that. I don't have to tell y'all how good this card is. Primal Bellow, mono green. Naturalize. Unravel the Aether is a really, really good card against those nasty, indestructible things. So, a Darksteel Forge is a problem, and green normally does not have a way to deal with it, because we like to use the word destroy. Unravel the Aether gets around that. Speaking of destroy, we have, of course, Crumble. Now, Fog's just a good, probably one of the better trump cards in the game. Avoid Fate. This is a beautiful thing. Because nobody expects that green counterspell. Now, granted, I think this is the only one that exists, but, that's fine. It's beautiful. And Stormseeker is just to keep people honest, because you've got that one player who loves to have the 50,000 hand size. Let's look at good old-fashioned Mr. Ramp himself, the Garrick Wildspeaker. Probably of the original 5 from Lorwyn, out of the park, the best one. And Garrick Wildspeaker is just about the benchmark that he's the litmus test that I throw all walkers up against, and very rarely do we get one this good. I mean, he does everything you want a green walker to do. Vital Force. I mean, she does quasi-protect herself, and she can go get, if something weird happened, you can go get something back. And then that emblem, not bad. Kind of works with all of your land ramp spells. Now, I am running the Genesis Mage. That first ability is super Garrick, I mean, you are paying 7 mana for her, so she needs to do something. But you can untap creatures and lands, so that's really kind of sweet. The +5, I may never use that. I don't know, maybe a alpha swing, but yeah. And then really the -10s while she's in here. I mean, you hate to actually bank on the Walker's ultimate, but I mean, you're gonna have her out for a long time before you can do it anyway. But since I am running her, I was like, well, there's that tutor that goes and gets her. So I was like, I can cast a tutor, go get her, go get a forest. We're Magic players. We want full value. So I am running the Behemoth simply because, I mean, 6/6 trample for 6. Whatever. But the fact that you can essentially tutor for 3 cards. Maybe 2. You're probably going to draw. Well, no, because one of them's a forest. Anyway, that is what I have got for Melira. As I said, the Cauldron of Souls would be an absolutely beautiful, beautiful thing. I just don't have it. I do appreciate y'all watching. Y'all let me know what you think. But right now, we're going to shuffle and cut.